Hi, beautiful souls. I'm Prairie Vintage. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit, my intuition, and the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, beautiful viewers. For those of you guys returning, thank you so much. I am so grateful for your support here in this channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome. You guys are all very welcome here and safe in this space with me today. We will be taking a look at the full moon energy coming in October 28th. Although all my readings are timeless, when I record these, my intention is always the message finds you, beautiful soul, when you need to hear the message, as long as, of course, you resonate with the message being delivered. Although I am recording for the next full moon, whenever that happens to be, if you're clicking outside of the time frame of the recording, but we are expecting a full moon on October 28th. So 3 options to choose from. If this is your first time at a pick a card reading, you will use your intuition to be drawn into one of these 3 options. Option 1 is this kind of regular stone, looks like a fossil of sorts here. Kind of reminded me of the surface of the moon. So option 1, I will put the timestamp in the description box below, and for those of you guys needing a little bit more time, I will let the video run for a bit so you can really lean into your intuition to select whichever pile feels right. This is a moonstone wand, beautiful iridescence. Option 2, and option number 3 is this opalescent crystal. I'm not quite sure. It kind of has a, I think it's an agate, blue agate. I think it is blue agate, but I'm not 100% certain. But it also kind of reminds me of a blue moon. So take a look at these 3. Use your intuition. I will leave the video running for a bit. If you're drawn to more than one pile, beautiful soul, it is absolutely fine. Just means that you are most likely going to be hearing certain messages in the other piles that might resonate to your situation, different aspects of what you're needing to hear. Of course, use your intuition to what you will see and feel and hear throughout the reading to confirm that this is indeed your message. All right, I will see you at your pick. Hello, beautiful. Pick number 1. You pick the stone with the fossil looking like craters in it. So we are taking a look at what is this new moon, or sorry, full moon, not new moon, full moon energy bringing with it. What sort of energy shift is going on in your energy field with this next full moon? So I've pre-shuffled the oracle cards. I've not looked at them. We will reveal them together, and then of course use your intuition to what you will see, feel, or hear, so that you know and can confirm indeed this is your message. All right, because there's no other way of me telling whether this is meant for you or not. So I'm depending on you to use your own intuition. All right, so we have the walker, the unknown, a journey, and we have 3 swift birds. Okay. We have silver, 25. We have apocalypsis, and this is 74, or the number 11. 11 is an ascended master's number. Okay, we have the 4 of crystals. This is the 4 of pentacles in the fairy tale tarot, the inner child fairy tale tarot. We have all these oak leaves, and it appears to be mushrooms as well. Interesting, because we did pull on the mushroom deck as well, so there could be something significant in regards to the message here. And then we see the snails, which could be representing timing, and then the toads, so like toads here, grapes. All right, 4 of pentacles, 4 of crystals. Here we have the indigo milk cap with true colors, 33, or the number 6. 6 in the tarot is the Lovers, which could be having to make a choice or a decision, a destined decision, choosing a lover, a path, a destined place to be, some path to follow. And 11 is also the number 2 reduced, which it could be an option, a choice, a decision needing to be made. Also about balance. Okay, yes, 4 of Pentacles and the 33. I'm feeling heavy balance. Also, 33 is an Ascended Master's number as well. This is a very powerful pile. We have 63. Or the number 9 says Winter's Dream, gestation period. Oh, very beautiful. This looks like the Fibonacci sequence, if I'm saying that correctly. And a fairy. Okay. Looks like the fairy is in an ice cave. Interesting. We have ocean, which kind of resembles that spiral shape we were seeing. Ocean, emotions. Okay. Let's put that right there. We have the mirror. We have a hammer, a rock hammer. Looks like an old school handmade hammer. Kind of reminds me of the Flintstones. All of a sudden, I heard the Flintstones theme. Very interesting. Okay. We have reconnect with Mother Earth, plant, garden, and harvest, and all these beautiful butterflies. And butterflies are about metamorphosis. There's another one here, so I missed that one. So 6 butterflies. Number 6 here. I haven't seen this card, and I've owned this deck for quite some time. I don't think I've ever pulled this card. Reconnect with Mother Earth, plant, garden, harvest. Interesting, because we have the oak leaf and the mushrooms, which are all about garden and plants, nature. I just heard Spirit say that you guys might be a seer. You guys might have some psychic abilities coming through or about to come through. Yes. Wow. Okay. We have cherishing self. I accept and love myself. Beautiful pink roses. A gift. And look, that little spiral on the top of the chocolates or the bonbons. We have Virgo with digest, the number 6 coming out again. Virgo, digest. Okay, digest, plant, harvest. The Virgo sign is all about the harvest. Let us pull some tarot. Wow, look at the sun wanted to come out right away. And the 6 of Pentacles. Very strong Leo energy with the sun here. Spirits, thank you so much for this clear and concise message. For the greatest and highest good of pile 1, what is the energy shift coming in with this full moon? Wow, okay. I have a feeling we're going to need all these cards, but I will keep them right here. And we will flip these. We have the 4 of Cups. We have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Moon, and upright or reverse Spirit. I'm going to leave it as I'm flipping it, because here I read on energy. I don't necessarily need a card to be in the reverse to feel whether it is reversed or not. It's more energy. So I will read it as I feel it, although I am feeling it in the reverse here. Okay, so we'll leave these tarot cards here. and give me a little bit just to tap into this energy. Beautiful. Pile number 1, and we'll get into your reading. Okay. The energy I'm picking up here is really solely your energy coming through quite strong. I feel like you're really focused on self and understanding self, and I feel like you're in the process of ascension. So you might be, I'm not sure where you are in the scale of this journey so much, and you could very well be in a dark place, or you could very well have come on. When I say dark, it's like you're upside down, you're not quite sure if you're progressing, you're kind of, yeah, not sure if you're going backwards or forwards, or everything might seem like it's upside down, or it has recently been. So you're progressing in your ascension here, and I feel like this period, if you've gone through the crazy, okay, and I say crazy because this is where we feel like our emotions are all over the place and we're not quite sure what is real, and we're getting to know ourselves and we're not sure what is ego or what's true authentic self, and we're amidst a metamorphosis. But I feel like this there will be a period, a clearing, and a point in time where I feel like things will start to click and make sense for you. But I think this message is one of having to really nurture yourself in this point in time. If you are feeling emotionally drained, confused, tired, like I feel like you've been really trying to get answers and really doing the work, but it feels like no matter what you do, you feel like you're falling short, or you're not quite sure what to believe, and everything that you might have thought at one point or understood, it's kind of been flipped on its axis. So you're not even sure about yourself so much. So you've been really focused on your own spiritual growth, understanding self, trying to do the work on self, but you're not quite sure where you're headed, and you're not quite sure if you're making progress, and you're not quite sure if these feelings are valid, or if you're focused on the right thing. And if you're now in a period of calmness or void, it's like you don't really have any substance or feel like there's anything here to work with, or no, it's like you're needing a sign, you're wanting some assistance, you're needing some guidance, you're wanting to apply yourself towards something, but you're not sure what. So I'm taking this message from Spirit as affirmation 1, that you are certainly exactly where you need to be, and to allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you are feeling, but to understand when you are in your emotions, to allow this to be a safe place where you make no judgment and you are honest with the emotions that you're feeling, and that you see everything and everyone in your situation around you, your circumstance, whatever's going on, is a reflection of your state right now. So be gentle, no judgment. Allow yourself to sit with your emotions, to understand that sometimes we can feel things without having an understanding or an explanation or a logical thing that's going to satiate our mind or our ego. Sometimes things just are. There's no need to force. There's no need to do something actively, because whatever you are doing is absolutely safe and okay. There's nothing you're missing out on that you should be doing, because as you gradually sit in your energy, you are ascending, you are growing, you are doing the spiritual work as long as you are present. as long as you are conscious, as long as you're present. So I feel like the second message here that is coming through quite loud is you will be reaping the rewards of all of this work that has been put into self that I feel you haven't seen or been able to sit in, and it's been discouraging or at least very exhausting. And these rewards will come with inner peace. These rewards will come with seeing a difference. These rewards will also come with, I feel, a psychic ability coming in here for you guys. And I was picking up like either being more open with your intuition or seeing, psychically getting visions, maybe through your dreams. Maybe you're communicating more and more with spirit, seeing more and more synchronicities. But whatever this is, it's like validation to you that you're on the right track. So when you are seeing synchronicities, take that as confirmation from spirit, from your guides, that the journey is exactly where you need to be on this journey. So you might be a little lost, but I feel like you've had to come to some sort of acceptance or an understanding of where you've been in your life or where you're at and what you need to shed, what sort of possessions or people or situations are no longer serving you. And sometimes it's easy to move from things that don't add value in our life, but sometimes we're attached to things and we don't know why, and it could be challenging to separate or to surrender or let go of things that we need to. So I think you're amidst all this, and recognize that if you are stuck in an energy of feeling pain, then there is still some resistance to letting go. And letting go and surrendering is not giving up. It's not giving up on the things we love. It is understanding that we are all love. It is understanding that your true authentic self is going to lead you to and align you to what is yours, not what your ego is trying to attach itself to because it always has, or it's been part of whatever conditioning or projections or traumas or whatever it is that the ego is building within you, because that's coming from a mind place. So it's shifting from that energy. And I feel like you might be frustrated with how long it's taking. And maybe you've been on this journey for quite some time. Things don't seem to be getting better. You never seem to be where you want, and you don't want to judge, and you want to be impartial, and you want to be transformed, and you want to embrace your spirituality and all your gifts and reap the rewards of all this effort. And Spirit is saying it is coming. It is coming, my love. I just heard. Okay. So Spirit is really wanting you to experience the love of oneness and experience the unconditional love that Mother Nature has for you, and you to have this towards yourself, to be able to embrace all of this goodness that's out there for you. And it does come through here, but the only but I feel here is there needs to be a release of judgment. There needs to be a release of an expectation that you have to accomplish something, or you need to be doing something more in your spiritual path, or putting in more time with whatever meditation, or more time with this, or more, and you don't. You just need to be your own observer. You just need to observe yourself as you live your life day in, day out, objectively, neutrally. Nothing's bad, nothing's good. You're objectively witnessing yourself and making note. And if we feel an intense emotion coming through, we have to allow ourselves to feel where that's coming from, and understand that a lot of these deep-rooted feelings are coming from an egoic place that we've attached ourselves to, and to allow ourselves to let these emotions flow through, but not get tied to an energy of thought that charges this perpetual emotion to continuously feed on itself. So I feel like a lot of you guys are already on this journey, and some of you guys might just be tired of the journey and not seeing the rewards coming in. And I feel like wherever there was confusion, wherever there was uncertainty, whatever you weren't seeing, you're going to be seeing more clearly, specifically within yourself. And the clearer you see, the more you will then be able to align yourself with where you want to engage energetically. Because at first we have to understand who we are before we can gear up and point ourselves in a direction of energy that we want to invest in. So you might be getting restless. You might be getting tired of the same sort of energy of having to purge and feel these deep emotions. And it seems like a bottomless pit. And it might seem like, you know, you might take one step forward and two steps back and you're not quite sure, but you're on the right path. You are on the path of recognizing your oneness with everything, with nature. You're on your path of reaping the enlightenment rewards that come with the work you've been putting here towards yourself. And I feel like you are going to be a lot more content with the state of peacefulness that comes with this, despite what might be going on in your 3D world. So things might be not the greatest. You might be in a position where you've purged a lot of things here and you might feel like your old world is upside down and there's really nothing in the material world here that matters so much. But I do feel like this new energy coming in gives you sort of a sense of purpose that you can now sort of lean in on, and it takes you out of this void space. Okay, so you are transitioning here, beautiful pile number 1, with all these butterflies, and you are certainly ascending. You're doing a lot of work on yourself. You're becoming one with your authentic self. You're reflecting back to yourself areas that need to be addressed. We have the 10 of Wands. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. We have the Death in reverse. We have 8 of Swords. We have 8 of Wands in reverse. Sorry, 7 of Wands in reverse. 8 of Swords. And we have the Hermit. Okay. So here we have Scorpio and Virgo energy. So I feel you've had enough, like I said. You've had enough. The 10 of Wands is being burdened by the state you're in. Maybe emotionally you just feel like you can't know more because it's been so heavy, or just mentally exhausting, or this journey has just been ongoing and you're not seeing any sort of change or benefits yet. So this is more of an affirmation reading to you that you're doing the right thing by purging these attachments, emotions, thoughts, whatever you're needing to in order to then move towards what is going to be beneficial for you. So you could have been finding yourself at times kind of stuck or wanting to give up, or just stuck in a thought that's like, I'll never transform, I'll never kind of get to where I need to be, and I won't be set free, and I feel like I'm going to be in this limbo land, in this void space, and nothing's going to really change or matter, or I'm going to be stuck in the same old, or yeah, like whatever worked for you in the past is difficult to detach from, and you feel like there's something more you're needing to do to be actively detaching even more. But I feel like it will come. I feel like you're doing the right thing with the Hermit here. You're going inwards and you're really sitting with your emotions. So the only caution I really feel here is not to get stuck in a limiting thought, not to get discouraged, and then to know that there will be transformation and that whatever needs to fall away will fall away. You do not have to force things to happen. When you're conscious and you're enlightened, or you're in the process of being enlightened, you naturally go through a process here that it sheds light in all the dark areas, and the dark areas fall away, people fall away, things fall away, because consciousness cannot stay with the unconscious for very long, because the unconscious ego of situations or other people or whatever is kind of in the subconscious but not being brought to the surface gets triggered by our own consciousness. This is why it is important when we are enlightened, when we are conscious, that we bring this awareness to other people around us, because we are conscious beings, and just being around you will trigger others into their awakening, so to speak. But others who are far from being awakened, they remain in their traumas, they remain in ego, and at a certain point the two cannot coexist. So natural progression is what falls away falls away. And this is why when we go through a spiritual awakening, our circle of friends change, sometimes our jobs change, we move, we can have a whole different life from the beginning. But it doesn't all happen all at once. I mean, it could happen all at once, but if it's not happening as fast as you'd like, know that it is natural, and everyone's awakening goes at its own pace. Okay, there is no right or wrong way of doing something here. Just be very aware, be present, be in the now, be in your being, and do not get stuck in thoughts. Allow the thoughts to pass. Feel the emotion without denial. Allow yourself to feel. You cannot, go push your feelings away and say, I'm an enlightened being. Enlightened being allows themselves to feel, but doesn't attach a thought to it. Okay, and we allow ourselves to feel what we do in the moment so that we can process it and bring it from the subconscious up to the light. Once we're consciously aware of it, we've now shine a light on it. It no longer resides in the darkness. It no longer resides in our projections. It no longer can come up and mess with us if we're always aware and present and conscious. So being in the now takes work. Being present and conscious takes a lot of work. So I feel like the message here is for you to continuously allow yourself to be present. Allow yourself to understand yourself more and more as you're doing it. Okay? Even if things seem upside down, that's fine. Just don't judge it. Just be witness of it. So we'll see if there's final words for you. Beautiful pile number 1. And see if there's anything I missed. Spirit for pile 1, thank you so much for that message. Is there any final words, guidance, anything that is still unclear for pile 1, or something I might have missed that I can communicate to pile 1? Thank you so much. Do you feel okay? Let's see. We have the Empress, beautiful energy, divine feminine energy, Taurus. This is knowing our self-worth. This is all abundance. This is all the queens in one. Okay, so when we come into our power, when we come into who we are truly meant to be, the Empress is unconditional love, full abundance, the most abundant card I can pull from the tarot. So you are ascending. Okay, look at these gnomes. They're ascending this tree. And we might get sidetracked, right? But then we get back on, and it's a windy road, but eventually we get kind of to the top of where we're trying to go to, and there's never really an end place. But I feel like you're wanting just to get out of the state of 10 of Wands, that it's heavy in this place, right? Like you're wanting a direction, you're wanting a purpose, you're wanting something more. And I feel like this Empress card is saying you are coming into that power. You are recognizing your self-worth. You are coming into abundance here. We have the 10 of Cups. So I feel like in reverse, this is telling me that you could certainly have an idea of something in the past that you've had to detach from, that might have caused a lot of pain. Like a 10 of Cups, when we have an ideal relationship or an ideal situation or an ideal something, and it doesn't pan out, it leaves us in the darkness. It leaves us feeling like there's nothing maybe to live for, or what more could there be? So beautiful pile 1, I feel like if you've lost hope in something, there is hope here for you to reach a level of abundance here within self, that you no longer seek external relationships. You'll no longer seek external validation or external things to bring that fullness to you. Now, could you still have a successful connection with others? Absolutely, because two whole beings create absolute bliss here. But we need to be whole and complete. We need to be empowered to get to this state. So I do feel like there is, with the Hermit and the Virgo, both cards being Virgo, all about witnessing ourselves and how we judge, because Virgo is a very judgmental type card, a very mental card. So witness our thoughts. Are we telling ourselves that we can no longer have a 10 of Cups, an ideal type relationship or family situation or long-term emotional happiness? We got to watch our thoughts. What are we feeding ourselves through way of words, either through others or from ourselves? There's a need to pay attention to what we're taking in. Queen of Cups, beautiful energy. Yes, this is giving me that whole seer. Look at this lady's eyes are kind of, well, they look kind of cataractsy, but you can tell she's a seer. The Queen of Cups is all about intuition. She is highly intuitive. She's compassionate. She is very loving, and she's very in tune with her emotions. She shows compassion. She allows herself to feel her emotions and compassions for others. She does not limit them to certain beings. She is open with all. Look, 10 of Pentacles. In the reverse, I feel like you guys have had to give up a relationship or an idea of something maybe that you've built for a long term. For some of you guys, it could be family. It could be that you've had to part with a family. Here, the Empress is the mother card, and here we have two family cards here. The stability we've built over a long period of time, our legacy, our relationship with our partner or family. So there could be a strong connection here that you're still grieving or trying to understand, and it is a process. But beautiful pile one, this is not mean that it's not for you, that this isn't out there for you. It absolutely is. You could just have outgrown a situation that is no longer right for you right now. Two of Swords, the Chariot in reverse, and the Star in reverse. So I feel like a lot of you guys feel kind of stuck. I feel like a lot of you guys feel like you should be choosing or doing something or making an active, proactive, taking things into your own hands. And I feel like it will come naturally. I feel like if you were to do anything by force now, or telling yourself that you must be doing something, you wouldn't get the same results here. So you don't want to act for the sake of acting. In fact, the Chariot in reverse could sometimes be reckless, imbalanced. And I feel if you were to move for the sake of moving or just to rush things, there would be an imbalance, an inability to maintain the Chariot in the upright, which is the universe working with us to help us be successful, to move us through situations in our life so we can find balance between our shadow self and integrate that into our light being self so we can navigate through in a very balanced way. Two of Swords, all about balance. So I feel like Spirit is saying just allow yourself to be, allow yourself to take in all the information right now, and it is fine to not move. Okay, now you are ascending, whether you're making active movement or not, because all the metamorphosis, if you will, and the work is being done on the inside. There is great significant change happening on the inside. So if you feel stuck in a situation, know that as long as you're doing inner work, the exterior will follow. Okay, and the Four of Pentacles is that structure, is that stability, the home, the roots, the foundation here. So I feel beautiful pile number one. You've been rocked in the foundation here, and I'm very sorry that you've had to go through this. And I feel like you might have lost hope here. You might have lost hope. You might have started your healing journey, not seeing any progress, not sure, things feeling very stuck or like it's not moving. You've had to maybe detach, or a forced detachment. Maybe you've lost your family or something you've built, your job, a structured situation that you're not quite sure. Maybe it was out of someone else's doing. You're not quite sure your choice, or not quite so much your choice. But you'll get through this. You will get through this. And I feel as though there is a need to allow the internal to do what it's doing so that the external can catch up. There is no need to do something externally here, but allow yourself to find that inner peace at first, and then the external situations will be much more natural. There is no forcing of anything here. So you might feel as though at some point you were drowning, and now you're not quite sure what to do, but you're doing exactly what you need to do, and you just need to, like I said, accept where you're at, show yourself the love, the unconditional love that maybe you were showing another or a situation. Pour that love back into self and sit in that state. Okay, sit in that state, because eventually it'll be harvest time, but you'll need to continue a harvest. You'll need to continue that energy, feeding yourself like a garden, continuously feeding yourself. Because if we go keep checking on the seeds we've planted, is it ready? Is there, is there a fruit ready? And we keep digging up that seed, it never grows. We have to trust. We have to trust that the energy and love we're putting into our garden is going to benefit us, the fruit, and there will be a time of harvest, but we'll know. We don't have to keep questioning or digging up. Okay, so this is what I have for you guys. Pile number 1, beautiful energy. This was about the energy of the full moon, which I kind of got lost in the reading so much. So I think this is more just an affirmation here for you. And maybe you're feeling this more intensely during the full moon, because full moon's all about reflection and looking back on situations and ourselves. And this is exactly what this whole reading was about. All right, I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Hello, my beautiful. Pile number 2, you picked the moonstone. I believe this is rainbow moonstone, because you can see the beautiful iridescence in this piece. It's absolutely beautiful. So let us take a look at your cards, shall we? So I asked Spirit about this full moon. Now, keep in mind, all my readings are timeless, like I mentioned. So this could be with your next full moon, although we are coming into a full moon here, October 28th. So what sort of energy shift is coming in with this full moon? We'll see what this message is all about. Please use your intuition to what you will see, feel, or hear. That will confirm to you that indeed this is your message. So we have the Fate, accepting help and guidance. Wow. We have Smoke, 32, or the number 5. We have the Threshold with the number 45, or the number 9. Okay. We have Peter Pan. This is from the Inner Child Fairy Tale Tarot. And this is the Chariot in the Major Arcana. And it's told by the fairy tale. So this one happens to be Peter Pan. The Chariot. Okay. We have Fiber. Look at this. Sort of looks like fibers right here that this person is standing on. Fiber. Okay. We have 2 people looking at a body of water, a lake maybe, a beach, an ocean. Okay. And we have this card. Looks like someone's sitting at a bar, maybe on their phone. Looks like a bar or a pharmacy. Could be a pharmacy. No, I don't think pharmacies have bar stools. This is a bar. Okay. Earth magic, nature, rituals, and charms. Very interesting. From this tarot pack or tarot oracle pack, I don't think I've seen this. Maybe once a long time ago. This feels very familiar, but I'm seeing cards I've never seen in this oracle deck, and this is one of them. So earth magic, nature, rituals, and charms. And you see like a horned pan-like figure here in the background. Okay. Woodland creatures, and here you see mushrooms. Interesting, because pile 1 we had mushrooms on the border of the fairy tale tarot, and so it reminded me of the mushroom cards, oracle cards that I pulled, and there I assumed there'd be significance. Look at your mushrooms here. They're those red mushrooms that are, I think, deemed poisonous, or you can't ingest them. It's the same mushrooms that are on the back of this card, so it could certainly be tied in some way. So what do we have here? Morale with restore. Number 12 or the number 3? Okay. Interesting. We have communicating freely. I communicate from the depths of my being. Wow. Do I want to cover those words? There we go. Put that right there. We have 28 with Chiron and heal, or the number 10. And we have Netcaster, number 42, or the number 6. Preparations come to fruition. Preparations come to fruition. All right, let's pull some tarot. We'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message here for the greatest and highest good of pile 2, Spirit. What energy shift is coming with this next full moon for the greatest and highest good of pile 2, Spirit? Clear and concise. Thank you so much. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. And thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I am truly blessed. Thank you. Thank you. We have the 3 of Cups in reverse. I am going to read them as they come out, because I do read more energy than I do whether they are upright or reverse. We have the 2 of Cups in reverse. We have the 9 of Wands. And we have the Tower in reverse. And the bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Swords. Okay. Let me make sure you can see this. Okay. Give me a minute. Okay. Well, I feel like there was a situation that's happened previous to this reading, or maybe you got into sort of a disagreement or parting of ways with somebody here who I feel you feel a lot of love for. And whatever this disagreement was, nobody sort of won, okay? You guys weren't maybe seeing eye to eye. Maybe there was just some conflict around maybe what somebody said or did or didn't do, but I feel like it left you in a state of reflection, and I feel like it left you in a state of confusion for some time. And I feel like maybe you've been detached from facing something here. I do feel like you've been detached. And maybe it's easier for you to stay in a safe place, I feel. Kind of like a place where no harm could be done to you. But what I feel with this is it doesn't allow us to grow in the real world. Pile number 2. It's almost like saying if I experience pain and suffering in a connection relationship, I will no longer enter a relationship, so I will remain detached in some way. But I feel like for whatever reason in this instance, you felt very confused or not quite sure what to do. But I feel like whatever you were trying to build or work on or do here over time, it might have just kind of fell apart. Like I feel like this has happened a while ago. Okay, so what I feel is happening is Spirit is showing me that you are kind of right at the point here with the threshold of understanding a great significant truth about yourself and in regards to connection. I feel specifically here. I feel like you've encompassed an energy here of somebody maybe who would rather, not face challenge, not grow up in some way in this aspect, or stay in a place that is safer but still provides you with some sort of fantasy or some sort of thrill in some way here, but it does feel very fantasy or imaginary based on it not being manifested here in the real world. Because I do feel like in order to manifest in the real world, there would be a need to accept things as they are and allow there to be truths in how you're communicating and what your true desires are from within. But I feel like maybe you've been not so much in tune with what that is. Maybe you've been trying to, I don't know, like I feel like you've been maybe even deflecting or not understanding or wanting to see your own extent of your feelings. And maybe you've been engaging in things that maybe, could numb you in some way. I mean, drinking or whatever the distraction could be. But I feel like there is a partnership here that I don't think it is sitting where you want. And maybe you at some point were considering a reconciliation or a coming together here. But I feel there is a wall here, and the wall really is within yourself, understanding what you want within yourself, and accepting guidance and accepting whatever Spirit is wanting to work with you. Because I feel like you are making an active choice too, and maybe this is unconscious, but I feel like it's an active choice, and we can only make active choices when we're conscious of remaining in some safe place. And we might be telling ourselves we're moving in some direction, or that this is making progress in our lives. But I feel in a sense we've given up on the reality of a situation that could be healed. And I feel like we've experienced pain, so we don't want to experience the same pain. So with this full moon, I feel like you are on the verge here of having to come face to face with a truth about how you actually feel, allowing yourself to break any sort of unconscious pattern of keeping something alive within you, an idea or some way of being here that doesn't allow you to progress, doesn't allow there to be forward movement. Now, I don't know necessarily if it will be in this connection so much, because I feel like whatever has happened has already kind of happened in the past here, and maybe you see it as something you're unable to reconcile. But the biggest challenge I feel here is you having to acknowledge your own walls within self. And I feel like this is a situation that I don't feel like you want to necessarily give up on, but I feel like you have in some sort of way here, by not being present, by not allowing yourself to be authentically honest inside of yourself, that if you are constantly in an energy of creating a fantasy world, but nothing manifests on the outside, that this is something that exists within your mind. And it might feel safe to you, but it isn't growth. It isn't ascension in a spiritual way that we can be at one with all others, even ones that we've had difficult situations or connections with. So I think this realization, because full moon again is all about reflecting back, might come in quite heavy. And maybe this is something you come to understand of yourself, and it could be something that throws you for a loop, that you recognize that where you could have been manifesting or actively working on something that matters to you by communicating and putting in whatever energetic thing you need to in order to progress, or accepting any sort of guidance from your higher self, understanding what the world is unfolding in front of you is something that is divinely guided, and for you to allow things to unfold as they do, moving through it, flowing through it, not by resisting or staying contained within our mind or staying contained within a safe place, or so it definitely speaks of traumas here in some way. So I'm gonna pull some more, because I feel like I might not be communicating what this message is mostly about here. So I feel like what I'm telling you, maybe you already know, maybe not the extent of it so much, but let's see, Spirit, what am I missing here for pile number 2? Can we get some more regarding what is this full moon energetic shift all about for pile number 2? What is this all about? Clear and concise message that is clear for me to deliver to pile 2. Thank you so much. We have the 4 of Wands in reverse. We have the Page of Wands. And we have the 10 of Cups. And we have the Knight of Wands. And we have the 7 of Cups. So 7 of Cups, 10 of Cups. This is fantasy. I feel like you have an idea in your mind of some ideal thing here where it's safe, where you're not hurt. But in the real world, where you can manifest a union, where you can manifest coming together, having stability, and actual, this could be a marriage, a coming together in the 3D world. It hasn't happened. It did not happen, because I feel like you've shifted some sort of energy here where there's a clinging to an idea of what something could be, and being hung up with that. And I don't know if that's enough for you, to be honest, and I don't feel it is. Pile number 2, it might feel safe, But like I said, with this full moon, I feel like you're at the threshold of stepping onto the other side. Like, look how black and white this world is. Like, Peter Pan might think it's fun and explore this fantasy sort of forest and see all sorts of things here, and our imagination can run wild. But when we step into the real world, we can feel the fire, we can see things in color, it comes to life, it becomes very vivid and real, it is completely different. And so I feel like there is a need to choose wisely here. And I feel you've had, in the past, I feel like a decision or a choice to be made here. And I feel like you potentially you chose to stay in some sort of detached reality here out of pain. So both of these cards are pretty much saying the exact same thing here with the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands. It is go after what you want, your passions, make it a reality, explore. Life is all about exploring. And yes, the Page of Wands and Knight of Wands will go in with fire and might get hurt, you know, in the exploration, but the thrill was the journey. And this sort of journey outlives the fantasy all day long, because something will come of this. A lesson will come of it, or something magical could come of it. But we won't know unless we make that move, if we step forward and have the courage and the confidence to step forward and explore. Page of Wands is all about communicating. I feel like there's a challenge in communicating something you desire, somewhat of an ideal situation. These are both family cards. Maybe what your ideal family situation would be here, with another coming together. So I feel like something fell apart here and didn't happen because there wasn't a choosing of this. So yeah, restore. We're really needing to understand that we cannot keep ourselves in a bubble place. And that when we heal, we have to put ourselves in situations that will allow the healing to go to the next level. And that would mean facing situations that, you know, we might fear, but doing it anyway, because there is healing that happens in that process. Because we can only heal so much by being removed. We can only heal so much staying put. We can only heal so much in our bubble or behind our wall. And so if you feel lost, if you feel like you're not sure which way you're going here, I feel like there's a need to ask your guides for guidance, that you are fated and destined to have a real world experience, not live in a fantasy land of mind because of an experience that has put you in a tailspin. Beautiful pile number 2. And I do apologize, you've been hurt here. I am being called to read this net caster, and then we'll pull some more tarot and see what this net caster is about. Give me a second. Okay, 42. Yeah, 42 is the number 6, which is the Lovers. I feel like there's a choice here, and it could be to choose to actually live a life with a partner, or choose a life, a real desired life, to follow your passion, you know, your heart's calling. So I don't feel like you are allowing yourself to make that choice. Preparations come to fruition, a surprise, a result beyond expectations. The netcaster arrives to tell you to stop praying for the fish. They have arrived, and it's time that you cast your net, lest they swim away. Everything that you long for is within reach, but it has been so long since your prayers were answered that you have forgotten how to receive what is being offered to you. Put down the prayer beads and open your arms and your heart to reward beyond measure. Cast your net. Make the decision. Choose. Don't get stuck in not choosing. Take the next step that you've been planning for so long. Remember that the fish wait for no one, so time is of the essence. Heaven and earth are in perfect alignment for your victory with the fate. The stars are positioned for success. The only one who can spoil the perfection of this moment is you. If you ask, do I really deserve this? You will sabotage the magic and shatter the crystalline flawlessness of the now. That was the 5 of Swords, which is self-sabotage. Okay, the netcaster can also arrive to bring you bad news, to tell you that you have been snared in someone's trap and must wiggle free. Right now, it feels comfortable enough, even as the net begins to tighten around you. Do not wait until it is suffocating you before realizing you must escape and run for your life. It is still early enough to exit gracefully. Bide your time until all the conditions are right. Go to your place of stillness, of deep quiet, and watch for the signs that a new opportunity has arrived. Right now, you're patient because you feel that things will go your way. Learn to be patient with the people and situations that are more challenging. So, pile number 2, I feel like this full moon with the Tower in reverse here and timing kind of still being this grace period, I feel like once you cross the threshold, there's no turning back and things will change. And because the Tower was in reverse, I feel it as though there was something that could flip everything kind of upside down in some way. So if we remain stuck, hanging on to not allowing ourselves to progress in the real world, to work towards something, choose something, and we're sitting idle and still, I feel like Spirit is asking you to cast your net, to now's your time. Because once you cross that threshold, I think there is no looking back. I think things will be different. And maybe the fish will be gone. And maybe this is an analogy. Maybe some of you guys like fishing. But I feel like the fish represents the abundance you can have. The fish represents, you know, this sort of decision to go after what you want. The Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands is all about exploring what we want, what we desire. Saying go for it, go after it. And I feel the only trap here that's become a trap is your own self. Your own self in staying in some mindset where you're comforted by it's feeling safe, but it's not allowing you to explore. So let's get some more. I'm going to ask Spirit for final words here, guidance, anything further that is unclear for pile number 2. Final words, anything that's still unclear that needs to be communicated for beautiful pile number 2, Spirit. Thank you so much. Okay. The King of Wands in reverse. It's Aries, Leo, Sag energy. The Magician, Virgo, and Gemini. The Temperance in reverse. The Hangman, that is Pisces and Sagittarius. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, which gives me this energy. It's like, in order to build a foundation of something worth strength, we have to put the time and the energy and the effort and the dedication. And over time, something of strength is built, something of value, something that can hold weight, something that is a final result. Otherwise, it just is a thing. And I feel like there's a giving up before getting started there because we don't choose it. We don't even make it the option we want. We could be going back and forth. We might feel like we don't know how to choose or feel like we're unable to manage, and one minute we feel this and the next minute we're deciding something else. So it's like we don't allow ourselves to invest here and give it enough time to create a harvest, to put in the consistent sort of energy efforts to have something here, because we're still going back and forth. And it could very well be because we're lacking in an understanding of confidence in ourselves, that we are capable of accomplishing something here, but we just have to choose it. And we might not have the confidence. We might not think we are able to accomplish something because we're missing something, or we're just not in a position to do it. And so this is a balance card and this is a balance card. And this is more imbalanced than it is balanced here. And same with the temperance in reverse, imbalanced. It's also healing. So I feel like there's an imbalance here of what you're choosing to engage with. Almost like a self-sabotaging energy. Because I think what you're engaging with is causing more imbalance. It's not aligned with the truth. The more fantasy and distraction, the more we numb ourselves or cover up what our actual truth is, the more imbalance we feel, and the more we're unable to show up in an energy that can make something happen in the real world, that can actually be of service and useful to provide a level of effort and energy that's required to make something happen. We can't show up in this energy, and I feel like we need to be healed because we feel a lot of pain, but we sit there in that energy without actively doing the things that would bring the healing. Okay, so I feel like what the new moon is coming in with, I feel, is this opportunity, exactly as the book mentioned, for you to cast your net. The magician has all the tools available to him or her to create what's new. And the thing with this magician is he has all of these suits here. So I feel like this is significant in all areas of your life. Emotions, desires, passion, changing maybe something in a practical way of how you're investing your time, and it also will be impacting how you think, because I feel like there is a mindset you have here that will be shifted with this full moon, and it comes with reflection. I feel like this threshold here is a point in time that once you cross over, you're on the other side looking back saying, you know, I could have made this decision or this choice, but I was stuck in limbo. I was stuck in my mindset when I was waiting for something to happen, when I was the it that should have cast the net. I was the thing that was supposed to choose or make something happen here. So I feel like this is going to come to you. You're going to get enlightened. You're going to see things differently. And when you do, you'll realize that you are the magician, that you can make that choice. Now, when you see this, do you cast your net? Or do you still sit held back in some way? So I feel like this is the first step of you awakening to a choice, a conscious decision of not just reflective healing in some fantasy way because of some past pains and pulling away and trying to regain your balance in some way, feeling imbalanced. Because I feel like when this enlightenment comes, when you start to see things differently, you now understand a truth that must be communicated to yourself and out loud, that you'll know the imaginary world from the real world, and that you choose how you want to engage and invest here, and that you are able to do this because you have the ability to do so. You have everything you need to do so. And if you don't, it's out of a self-sabotage, out of you feeling like you're not deserving or confident enough to accomplish something, and constantly remain in some confusion, some smoke. You're throwing yourself off by deliberately sabotaging in some way, in some subconscious, deep-rooted way. All right, pile number 2. This is quite the reading here. What do we have at the bottom of the deck? The 4 of Cups, and it is in reverse. So I feel this is a shift in energy, because you might have been, like I said, in an energy of rejecting, of not engaging with real world, not being interested, not seeing the love that's being gifted to you by the universe, closing your eyes, staying in some fantasy states and thinking it'd be perfect just the way it is, and you not having to engage. You know, keeping things kind of superficial and light again, or engaging in distractions or lighthearted relationships, parties, networks of people who are not deep enough to give us the unconditional love that the universe is trying to bring towards you, to offer healing. So I feel like you're getting out of this sort of a mindset, but it still requires action. Okay, pile number 2, it requires action. So what will you do? Let me know if this resonated for you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous pile number 3. You picked this blue agate stone. Beautiful. Let's get into your reading. I pre-shuffle the oracle cards. I've not looked at them. Your pile had a crap load of cards, so hopefully we can fit them all here. Lots wanting to come through. I asked Spirit, what is this energy shift or new energy coming in with the full moon? So this is a timeless reading. Whenever you came across it, the message was meant to find you. So whatever full moon is coming in next will be the energy for you. Although I am recording this for the October 28th full moon. Use your intuition, what you will see, feel, or hear throughout this reading that will confirm to you that this is indeed your message from Spirit. All right, so let's take a look. Pile number 3. We have the Spy Master, knowledge and distrust. Crows fly between worlds. We have the key. We have an open hand. We have the assassin, ruthlessness and conviction. Third eye on a skull. And we have the warrior, perfectionism and burnout. All these weapons. It's kind of giving me Wheel of Fortune energy. Okay. We have synchronicity, 63, or the number 9. We got snakes here. Snakes are all about wisdom. Healing, shedding our skin, potentially for some sort of transformation. This is also giving me Death card with the skull, which is all about transformation. We have the Village, 41, or the number 5. We have the Storm, 47, or the number 11. We have the Ace of Swords from the Fairy Tale Tarot, Inner Child. Ace of Swords. All right. I don't know that I want that there. Let's see. We have Monk Should. We have a traffic light that says go on green. We have a bedroom. It kind of looks like a hotel room. Lots of green here. I don't know where I want this card. Let's leave it there for now. We have laugh and have fun, smile, positive energy, and joyfulness. Bunch of monks. We have cultivating prosperity. The abundance of the universe is pouring into my life. Beautiful. We have transits with climate. Number 55 or the number 10. It's also an ending, the number 10. We have the 10th house with authority. Number 48 or the number 12. 10th house, authority. Okay. It's also about career, long-term goals, structure and status, reputation or public image. It's the masculinity, all about men, fathers, experts, fame. Okay. And we have common puffball with let go. Number 13. 13 is the death card in the tarot. We were talking about the transformation. Let go. And we have lost in space, needing direction. Number 36. Or the number 9. Okay, I don't know that we have much room for tarot, but I will pull a couple here. Spirit, clear and concise message here for beautiful pile number 3. What is this energy shift, this new energy coming in with the full moon for pile number 3 for the greatest and highest good? What is this full moon energy coming in for pile number 3. Clear and concise. Please protect me as I channel this message and the viewer as they listen to this message. Thank you so much, pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy. I'm truly blessed. We have the Tower. And we have the Death card coming out and the Page of Wands. And the Death is in reverse here. Okay. I'm not going to get too hung up on the reversal so much as the energy. Let me tap into this. Okay. Pile 3. I feel like there's been a period of stillness for you, or non-action. And I feel like there's a question mark behind something here that I feel you're now not quite sure how to move forward with this. Like, I feel like, well, we have the Storm in the Tower, which can certainly talk about something happening that's kind of threw our world upside down. Like, whatever plans we had might have got thrown out the window. There's nothing really structured. It's not set. We're not quite sure. It's quite turbulent. And it could certainly involve a lot of people. A lot of other people, or it might impact a lot of other people, what we could do or how we could move forward. So I feel like you've been potentially removed, and you're not quite sure who you can trust or how you can move, and whether you should move in a certain direction or not. It's like you're not quite sure how to deal with the current situation, and whether you should be kind of moving on to something new. And we hear a plane on the outside. It's almost like you're not quite sure of your own self and your own decisions of how you can move through a situation here. But there's a need for you to maybe not look external to what other people are doing, or whether they are someone you could certainly trust, or whether the situation is trustworthy, or whether something that has happened is a sign for you to not do something. Or like, I feel as though there is a need to connect with self on a greater truth in order for you to follow what it is you want, regardless of what's going on around you. Because I do feel as though you've experienced something that you know enough about yourself to navigate through this successfully, to get towards what you want, to gain something here of what you want. But I feel like you're hesitant. You might be tiptoeing around something. And you might also be just not quite certain in which direction to step. Because the more you look, the more it's like, should I do this? And then you kind of maybe look further ahead in that scenario and talk yourself out of it. Or you might think, well, I trusted in this other scenario and something happened. So you kind of have this analysis paralysis type thing going on here. But I feel like you might be wanting a certain outcome and a certain understanding before taking the step there, like that it will be safe, that things won't happen in a certain way, and that you're guaranteed something here before you act, or before you're able to take that jump. But I feel like what Spirit is saying is you have to release a mindset here that isn't helping you move forward, that you have to trust that whatever energy is around you is going to flow you towards what is meant for you. You do not have to fight or be in your mind about something and resist anything that you might think you have to control in order to gain some sort of outcome. So I feel like you're not allowing a certain mindset to go, and the mindset is the one that needs to look, far ahead in the future before taking a step, or understand the full benefit of something here. Although I feel like what Spirit is really showing here is, if you're honest with yourself with what you desire, and you're not physically held back in any way, that you should take that chance, that you should go. And if you feel like you need to stop and take a break, stop and take a break. Don't allow yourself to burn out. But you can't aim for perfectionism. I mean, you can, but nothing in this world is perfect. And so if things aren't going as planned, allow yourself to take a break. Allow yourself to have fun. Allow yourself to not be so wrapped up in the thing here, because the energy doesn't allow there to be this sort of shift, this high vibration. When you laugh, when you have fun, when you can relax, it raises your vibration, and then you can revisit a situation here with more light, with more joy, with more positive vibration, and allow that to permeate through to what you're doing. Otherwise, I feel like you could burn yourself out. So I feel like you have an understanding of something, but I feel like your understanding of something also is the reason why you might be held back, or your reason for being hesitant. But allow yourself to know that when you get to a tough situation here, that you have enough wisdom and experience and knowledge to get through it. Even if it appears like something that could be dangerous, it's not going to impact you in the way that in such a devastating way here that will immobilize you as you might think. I feel like there's a lot of pressure on you, potentially. Maybe you're looking after another person, or there's a situation that requires you to be the sort of, I don't know, leader, or take charge, or make something happen here. Maybe you are in the public eye in some way, or you have a lot of eyes on you, or you're just in charge here, having to be in charge, so you don't want to make the wrong move. And so when things are chaotic, it's difficult to navigate. So I feel like the full moon here, because this is a full moon reading here, is you really allowing yourself to not get so stuck on what sort of idea of fear might be, or held up on the coulda, woulda, shouldas. Allow yourself to enjoy a peace of mind here that's apart from whatever this situation is, because for all of you guys, again, could be something definitely different. But you'll know when you are coming back from having a break, or allowing yourself to really love and have fun. Things start to flow a lot different. You start to see a lot of synchronicities. Things start to work for you, not against you. You feel like every light is green. You're no longer fighting, resisting. You're no longer trying to make the pieces fit. It now flows like a step-by-step process. It doesn't feel like resistance. You no longer feel like you have to analyze which way to go. It just kind of happens naturally. And then you can reap the rewards of all of this beautiful energy that's just flowing naturally. So I do feel like this is coming for you, pile number 3. And maybe it's been a very difficult time where you might have felt, I don't know, like, I was going to say helpless, but more like held back or incapable of doing what you wanted to do because of a circumstance or other people. So you're limited, like you weren't able to free yourself to walk towards your truth or act in your truth. But I feel you are able to do this, okay? You're able to do this. And if it hurts another, you being aligned with your authentic doing and being, then this does not concern you, because at some point there's always going to be someone who is against something we're doing, even if that is our truest way of being, because people who are unconscious could project their own fears, their own limitations, their own understanding coming from a place of unawakened being. And this should not stop us. This shouldn't scare us from our truth of where we need to go. So we don't need to float on someone else's behalf. We can be very pointed in our direction. So let's ask spirits, because I feel like maybe you've been lacking some direction at some point here, because maybe you weren't sure if it was the right place to go or the right direction to go, and maybe you were waiting for the right timing or the right point in time or a sign to come to you. But I do feel like the time is certainly now to let go of any limitations and grab your truth. Move towards it. Start now. Don't let fear get in the way. Don't let other people get in the way. And let yourself have fun. Let yourself, even if others are against, the privilege of enjoying yourself. Okay, so we'll ask for more clarity here for pile 3. Is there anything further for pile 3 that I might be missing, that they still don't understand? Further clarity for pile 3 in this reading, Spirit. Thank you. 10 of Cups, Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands, the Page of Wands in reverse. All these wands. Oh, King of Wands in reverse. Oh my goodness. All these wands. And the Hangman kind of falling a little bit sideways. So, oh, pile 3, the King and the Queen of Wands. So it certainly could be a career or business pursuit here that you have in mind here. And I feel like you have all of the ability here to pull something off. And the only way you might not is if you don't take the chance. But I feel like there's full potential of emotional fulfillment here for you. And I do feel like maybe for some of you guys, you might even have a business partner or someone who pulled out or doesn't believe in you, or maybe wants to do something else, or where you thought you'd have a business partner, maybe you don't, or maybe you're not seeing eye to eye with somebody else here in regards to this decision. And so it's held you back or not allowed you to move forward in some way. But I feel like what Spirit is saying is, with this full moon, is that you get enlightened and seeing things finally clear, that you cannot stall or hold back because of someone or something not falling in place, that you alone are able to magnetize towards you this desire, this hope, because there is so much passion and desire for this, and emotional fulfillment for the long term here. You have a long-term vision and you're able to pursue this. Do not water yourself down. Allow yourself to be inspired to move towards this. You've had enough time to kind of contemplate, had enough time to think about things. And if you have someone dragging their feet, or if you're waiting for the right business partner, or a person here that's, you're not quite sure, and maybe they appear to be good, but they're not quite, or you're not sure if you can trust, or just move on your own, because the right person will come. Or if they aren't buying into it, don't allow that to hold you back. So let's get final words here. Guidance for pile 3. What is the guidance, final words for pile 3 that's going to help them with this energy shift? Anything further that's going to help them to understand this a bit better? Thank you so much, Spirit. I'm so blessed, so grateful for this message. Thank you. We have the Page of Swords, communication. We have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the King of Swords. That is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have the Devil, Capricorn energy. And we have the 2 of Cups in reverse. And we have the Queen of Wands coming out again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I feel you're beautiful. Okay, pile 3, I feel like you're beautiful. You magnetize things towards you. People want to be around you. I feel like you probably are in the public eye, or at least you have a lot of power that you wield in your decisions. A lot of people see you as this figure who is very successful, who gets what they want. So I feel like you have confidence here, but you might be stifled by someone else. And I do feel like there is someone else involved here, like a business partner or someone here who you wanted their support, or you wanted to have this balance between the two of you guys, and it's not happening. So either this person isn't believing in you, investing in this, or you're getting support from someone here in a balanced way. There's an imbalance, and maybe someone who you thought you could trust has been quite cold, or maybe trying to talk you into understanding something else that they believe. And so I feel like with this monk should, like, whatever sort of story narrative is being shown to you through either someone else's communication, or that you started to believe, it started to talk you out of, or fear something here, it's all an illusion. There's nothing to fear here. It's just shadow. So don't let it hold you back, okay? Because I do feel with this card, there's a lot of passion. There's a lot of desire here, and I feel like it's something you really want to move towards. So when we are held back by the devil, it is because we appear to see something in a certain way that makes us fear. You know, and sometimes there's a trade-off. Like, we might be agreeing to something here, but in the long term, it's not beneficial to us, because the devil likes to play games, likes to give us immediate sort of a gratification at another cost here that might be something more beneficial to you. So I feel like there's a need for you to have an open communication, a dialogue about your truth. Okay, Ace of Swords, Page of Swords. This is stepping forward in truth, asking the questions truthfully, not stopping till you get answers you want. And I feel like everyone starts at page level until they get a clear understanding to work their way to, you know, a King of Swords who is very logical, who has the understanding. So if you have to start at a page level, know that this is acceptable. Know that as long as you're talking your truth, looking for your truth, and being aligned with that, then it can't lead you astray. The only thing that could lead you astray is other people, or how you think other people might perceive you in some way. Okay, so you don't need handouts. You don't need other people involved here. You can certainly step forward here, or at least bring towards you what you desire with this beautiful Queen of Wands. All right, pile number 3. Look, death, transformation at the bottom of the deck. This is allowing the old to transition out so that the new can come in. We make space for it. This is all about us putting away things that no longer serve us and stepping into new energy as a page, relearning things. Okay, and maybe you're used to being this beautiful Queen of Wands, and so to enter as a page is, you know, could be devil energy. You could feel like if you spent your whole life as this queen and now you're going to be appearing as this page, you're held back, not wanting to allow things to change because you don't want to appear like a page. So that's devil energy. It's absolutely fine. In fact, there's a lot of courage in being page energy. There's a lot of youthfulness, excitement, learnings. Okay, so I feel like this is something that is going to bring a lot of value to you, but it shouldn't be something that's restricting you from moving forward, or from allowing yourself to put something behind you that's no longer allowing you to flow and move forward. All right, pile number 3. I hope this helped you, and I will see you soon. Bye.